Good evening, Dr. Noon Gimel Amud Aleph. A little more than halfway down the Amud. Amar Mor. We were talking about the Mishnah, and the father found out Mikol Kriyah Hayav. The animal fell forward because of the sound of the digging. The owner of the pit Hayav. Va'amai, why does he have Nema Koregaram? Maybe the digging is the guy who's digging got scared from the noise, not the by scaring him, not the pit guy's fault. Right? It says Amar Shimi Varashi Hamani Binatan. It's according to Binatan. The Amar he holds Baal Habor Hezeka Ka'avid. Regardless of what caused the fall, the boar was the one who caused the damage. Therefore, it's chayav. Whenever you can't get payment from one guy, you have to pay from the other guy because you can't blame the guy for digging. Not a sufficient enough reason to extract payment. Titania, we see his brayta. Sure, should that habit have the board if an ox pushed another ox into a pit and it died? Bala Shor Hayav, the owner of the ox is Chayav. Bala Bor Patur, the pit guy is Patur. Rabbi Omer, Bala Shor Mishalem Mahsa, Bala Bor Mishalem Mahsa. Half and half. So we see according to Binatan that the owner of the pit is Chayav, even when it was pushed elsewhere. Bratanya, and therefore we see elsewhere as well to help with our case. So this is one part. Part two is the owner of the pit pays 3/4 of damage. And the owner of the ox pays a quarter. Right? So how does that fit? If we just said it's half and half, not kasha. Habatam. In the second case, is referring to a tam. The damaging ox was a tam. Habmuad. In the first case, is referring to when the ox was a muad. Right. So therefore. So when the owner when the ox is a tam, the owner is paying 1/4 and the pit's paying 1/4, 3/4. When it's muad, the owner pays half and the owner pays half. So now, ubitam my kasava. Why does he hold the tam because doing 3/4 and 1/4? Why what's his mathematical equation getting there? He held because so when workers like ikasava haikula hizikabara haikuzla. If you hold that one guy the ox did the damage and the pit did the damage. Hamish and Pagav, and you split it half and half. Because of our high Paga has a and this you hold that they each considered did half the damage. The owner of the pit should pay half, and the shore should pay a quarter because he's a tam. The damagee should lose 1/4. Right? So that doesn't make sense. Why would the guy lose a quarter? It's not fair. So Gemara says, Rabbi is a judge, right? We had this concept before. People who were judges knew the depths of halakha. They were holding, as we say. And really, they all pit and ox owners are responsible for the entire damage. With and that which you asked earlier, that doesn't each pay half. The owner of the ox can tell the owner of the pit, if I have to pay half, what did my partner ship with you accomplish? Right? If my ox is a tam, I would have already paid half. So now that I'm in partnership with you in this damage with the pit owner, and I'm still paying half, what does that help me? I therefore have to reduce it because it's true. If he's causing damage by himself, he pay half. But now that he's causing damage to someone else, he still shouldn't be paying half. That's why it's reduced. Ibart in a different answer. Really, they're each considered half. Right? And really, if that would be asked earlier, that technically, if that's the case, if it's half and half, then the boar should pay his half, and the shore should pay a quarter because it's tam, and the other quarter should be lost. Minasan does not agree with that. Why? The owner of the ox can tell the pit, I found my ox dead in your pit. You killed it. Therefore, whatever I can recover from the other one, I'll get from him. That which I can't recover from him, I'm coming after you. Right? So therefore, since he can only get a quarter from the other guy, from the ox guy, he goes back to the pit. It says, pay me 3/4, because bottom line, the damage was done inside your pit. Put a stone on top of the pit. The ox tripped on the stone and then fell into the pit. Right? This is the same concept of that we just had the machloket with the ox that pushed someone else in the pit. Right? Same exact concept, 3/4 and a quarter. The Gemara says pshita. Well, actually, no, it wouldn't be 3/4 and a quarter because the only reason why it'd be a quarter would because it's an ox, but over here by a stove. So with pita, of course. What would be the opposite? Well, it's obvious. When it says Maud, you might think Hatambo, in the case of where the ox pushed in the pit, then my bala bore the bala short of the owner of the pit until the ox ila bira di Torah di da havakatile. If it wasn't for my pit, your ox would have committed the murder by himself, and therefore you should be chayav. But over here, matzi amar bala even the bala bor ila bira di da avina di my have avda. The owner of the stone can tell the owner of the pit. If it wasn't from your pit, my stone wouldn't have heard it that much. Either have a mitzvah, have an afel v'kaeh. Even if it would shoot, it would have stood up again. My damage would have been minor. Therefore, maybe you might think the owner of the stone should patur, because he could say my stone alone wouldn't have caused severe damage. Kamash Berlan, that therefore the hidush is that there's still a machloket that you could pay half and half to teach you that the stone owner can tell the ox owner, the ox owner can tell the stone owner that my ox wouldn't have walked in if it wasn't for your stone. It's fine. Regarding a regular ox and a shore that was a pasul for hekdesh ox that gored another animal together, right? So usually that animal is patur. Ma'ani who shore, but Abai says. We skip parentheses. Abai says, Mishloch has another pay half, and he loses the other half. Ravina Mar, Mishloch is like you pay a quarter. The other guy loses three, and the owner loses 3/4. Now why? Haba. Both cases are pointing to tam. This one holds like Rabbanan. This one holds like Rabbanan. Rabbanan holds you pay a quarter because it's half of half. Rabbanan says no, he pays half because that's what he should have collected and he could chase after the guy. Both according to Rabbanan. Second case is Mu'ad. Okay. You could a different explanation of how things went down. Abaye Amar Hati Nezek, Ravina Amar Kule Nezek. Abaye says that the regular ox pays half, and the Ravina says the full damages. Haba Mu'ad, both cases are Mu'ad. And same concept that is split up according to how you hold Rabbanan and Rabbi Natan. Rabbi Natan will be the one saying Kule Nezek. Both of them according to Rabbi Natan. Have Mu'ad, have Tam, and the difference that where you say chatzin is referring to tam, and the case referring full is the muad. Marava. Short badam shadach board of an ox and a person together push someone else or an animal or something else into the pit. Linyan is a keen regarding damages. Kula hayavin, everybody's chayav. Regarding to the specific rare payments of the 4 other payments of right the embarrassment, etc. That and also if a fetus was miscarried, Adam Chayav Veshor Bor Patur. The ox, the person's Chayav, and the ox and the pit guys are Patur. The Yan Kofer Shim Jo'ever, regarding the payment for a kofer for a death of a person or the 30 shkalim for the death of an Aved, Shor Chayav Adam Upor Paturim. The ox is Chayav and the man of the poor is Patur. The Yan Kelim Veshor Upslam Uktashin, regarding the payment for an ox, the Pasul ox, Pasul for hektish ox, or for clothing vessels. Adam v'shor chayvin ubor patur. Man and ox is chayav, and as we mentioned before, kelim in a bor is always patur. My time, what's the reason that you're patur from the ox that's pasuk like this? Amakra the pasuk says v'hamet yihelo. The carcass shall belong to him. It says that only applies when the carcass can belong to you. But over here, because it's pasuk like this, it cannot belong to you. You're patur. Remember the pshita the Rava, I mean that it's automatic according to Rava, it's so obvious to him. But Rava actually asked the halakha. Rava asked, "Short bislam the shin shnafal bor mahu." This concept, Rifal. I have b'med yelo b'misha metshelo. Does that mean that this is how in the pasuk? But we said earlier that it's excluding this, or do maybe in the pasuk a different way. B'med yelo b'alim metapalin b'nevilahu da'ata. The pasuk is teaching you that the damagee must deal with the carcass. It's his problem, right? So not necessarily disqualifying this ox, where it says so we say no. It's true. He had a question. He's the one who answered it, and therefore he's teaching you that no. We learned to teach you that it's pasul, hektish is patur. If it does, how does Rabbi learn the concept that the damagee must deal with the body? Nafkale min The short. He learns from the pasuk by the ox. My Hazid the yellow to show off cat and live by why do you think that over there that's should be learning it? Why would that be teaching you that that deals with the carcass? I meant yellow the board my fact to let me show maybe we should use it by bore, not shore. Epoch ana, and I could switch the halachot. Yani each one could teach the opposite thing. The Gemara says, "Mistar b'patur b'gai bor." It makes sense to make the patur by the bor or il upatar by the because that's what we know patur, a bor is patur by kelim as well. Adrab, we say no. Patur gabe shor. Should learn the patur by the shore. Shekin patar bo hatinezek because we know that he's patur for hatinezek by a tam. It says kula nezek miyad al but we don't. It's true that there is a patur for a half, but we haven't seen the patur for full. Next part, Mishnah said, "Nafal if an ox fell with utensils into a pit and it broke." You're pachaya for the ox, patur for the utensils. Maxim look Rebida is against Rebida the Tanya. Rebida mechayev al niske kelim lebor. Rebida is chayav for kelim that fell in a bor. My Tanya Rabbanan hakum hamim holy patur. Tamar kra v'nafal shama shor or hamor. The ox or donkey fell in the pit. Short below Adam, the ox says you're chayav for, but you're patur for a person. You should have checked. Hamor below kalim, you're chayav for a donkey, but not kelim. Maybe how does he learn the pesukim? All the rabot of the kelim. All is actually including kelim you're chayav. But Rabbanan, how come they don't learn that? Oh, mibayli lechalek. The word "all" is there to teach you to separate the ox or the donkey. Teach you that they don't have to both have fallen. Each item fallen. Maybe Omer. What does he do with the? How does he learn that they could be separate? The halek mean vinna fa nafka. The fact that it says the vav there, it separates it. The Gemara says now Brahmanan. What does he do with the vav? Vinafal tuva mashma. Vinafal sounds like even more many animals could fall, and therefore you still use the word "oh." Okay, interesting. Gemara says, "Ema, let's say something else." Right? They both agree that the word the short of hamor does not exclude other animals. Right? So maybe we should learn that it does exclude other animals. Ema, let's say, the nafal klal. The concept of falling is a klal. Anything that falls in. Generalization, anything that falls in. Shor v'hamor, prat. Then it brings in specifications, ox or donkey. So, v'nafal, anything that falls in. Then, short or hamor is a klal. Klal or prat, ena klal, ena mavshe prat. Right? Whenever you have a generalization, then a specification, right? Nafal, short hamor. Ena prat, you can't add anything to it, which means short hamor in midahrin. Maybe you're only chiyah for an ox or donkey, but not anything else that falls in. So how do you know the chiyah for other animals? Amrei we say bala bori shalem hazar beklal. When it says at the end that the owner of the pit shall pay, that's considered a klal. That's another generalization, and therefore klal uprat uklal. Whenever you have a generalization, specification, and another generalization, what happens? Yes, then you are able to expound things similar to specifications, which is what? Mahaprat mifrash ba'al just like the specifications of the ox and donkeys referring to live things, live creatures. Av kol any live creature that falls in, you're chayav. But it sounds like maybe you're only chayav on things that the carcass is has tumat of touching and carrying. Maybe only those type of things, only those carcasses, only the animals that have a carcass that is tameh would be included. But a bird would be patur. It says, it should have only, that's if the Torah wanted to teach you that type of concept, that the animals are already chayav, but not birds, it would have only written one specification, meaning only an ox, only a donkey. Then you would say, that type of animal only, but not a bird. However, since they wrote both, you're chayav on both. When it says, which one of these would you have written? Meaning, we needed both. And it's still not a proof that it's considered generalization. Because if it only wrote in iktav short, if it only written short, ox, maybe only animals that are kosher from mizbeach. Non-kosher animals not. Maybe only from hamor, you only think only things that are good for pidyon petar hamor, the bechor thing that we do for the firstborn donkey. But animals that are not kadosh for the bechor not. So the Gemara says, therefore, it's not a proof that it wrote shor and hamor. Not a proof that it wrote two prats. The Gemara says, Ella amar kara behemet yihilo kol davar mita. Right? Therefore, we say no. There's a different explanation teaches you other animals. The pasuk teaches me that the animals are chayav, that the death, the carcass shall belong to him. Anything that has a carcass is part of the concept and the chiyuv of bor.